Hi, I want to add a few comments about how to put together your final scrapbook while also considering the weekly assignments for individual tools. Because your task is to evaluate the weekly tools, but then keep this information organized in the scrapbook. This information comes from a comment one of you wrote in the reflection this week, questioning whether you're getting the in-depth understanding and developing the criteria by which you can evaluate these tools. So let me show you how this is going to work. We've looked at a lot of tools already, Twitter, Digo, Doodle, and we're going to continue to touch on tools on a weekly basis. Those are some of your smaller assignments. Like this week, you were creating a blog or a wiki. So you'll be exposed to a lot of different tools. And then remember, you're asked to post a reflective statement about what good these tools are. And you know what? By reading one another's reflections, you're going to be picking up on some of that in-depth understanding of what a tool can do and the criteria by which you may judge a tool. I might add that that information is only as good as each of you reflects and really puts thought into it. So now let's think about the scrapbook. A scrapbook is where you hold ideas, things you like, things you want to try, things you want to look back on. And we're going to create a scrapbook of these tools that you're experiencing because you can't implement all of them at once, but this is a way to organize your ideas for the future. Back under the assignments guide, you can see more details about what I'm looking for each scrapbook entry, but here's just a portion of the instructions. And you can see that you could already make an entry for the social networking tool or asynchronous communication based on the tools that you have experienced in the course thus far. And for each entry in the scrapbook, I really would like to see an example of the tool or a link to what you're doing with the tool, and those same kinds of reflective comments in terms of how it works with your pedagogy. Or does this tool work? How could you put it to use in your practice? Now, remember, you're already doing these same kinds of questions each week, right? So by reading one another's posts and making sure that they are meaningful and full-bodied, you will be picking up on additional criteria by which you could judge a tool or insights as to how you could use a tool. Here's a sample that I created on a blog where if I needed to do a scrapbook entry for social media, I could have selected Twitter. And I put in here a link to my Twitter page, and then I wrote a couple short paragraphs about how I might use this tool in my own instruction. And by doing that, I was determining the criteria that I'd use to judge this tool. And I could get a lot of these ideas from reading other people's reflections too. So I hope all of this gives you an idea of where you're going with your final scrapbook. Again, go back and read the assignment guide, and then please continue to ask questions. But if you thoughtfully reflect on a weekly basis on the smaller tools and read one another's ideas, you're well on your way.